Hi, I'm Brett and welcome back to Reliance Australia. This week's video is really about some of the realities of being off, not so much off-grid, but being more self-reliant. So a couple of weeks ago, I actually posted a video about having backup power, and you would have seen my generator and the setup that I used. Well, as fate would have it, last week storms came through and took out the power. And so I received a message from the power company very early in the morning to say that power would be out until at least midday. So when I got up, I had to go up in the rain and the wind up to the shed, get the generator, all the power cords, extension leads that I had, and bring them down to the house and set up. So there's a couple of priorities for me, which one was hygiene, because when the girls get up, they like to go to the toilet, as most people do, and have a shower and start their day fresh. Now we can't do that without power, because once the power goes out, our water pumps don't work, so that means no water flows through the pipes. The second one was keeping ourselves warm. So if you know, in any survival situation or camping, you want to keep your core temperature good first, and then you worry about food and water, or water and food, whichever way you want to put it. But for us as hygiene, and then because we're already in the house, so our core temperature isn't going to be that bad. We've got jumpers and stuff, right? But then put the heater on. So we've got the wood heater, but I also run a cable across to the wood heater, as you'll see in the video, to keep the fan blowing the air around the house. So some of the primary stuff is taken care of. And then the third priority is getting coldness to the fridge, so our food doesn't go off and get spoiled. But because it was a work day, one of the things that I wouldn't normally worry about is actually getting internet so I could work. But anyway, you'll see it in the video, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's go over and have a look. So I look behind myself as I'm videoing this, and look at that big skippy just standing there. Isn't that a beauty? So he's been hanging around, or she's been hanging around, I can't really tell from here, for a while, for a few weeks now. Seems to have made our backyard their home. So this is the reality of losing power. Look, we've had big storms overnight. We've had about 25 mil or an inch of rain, which isn't a lot of rain in real terms. I guess where I come from, up the north side of Australia, up in Queensland, we can get 6 inches overnight. But had a lot of wind, we've lost our trees down, we've lost power, so we've woken up early this morning, we've lost power. So now you can see I've got cables running down to the water pump to run our water tanks. Got the generator running here. So I've got both power outlets being used, so one will actually go down to the water pump, because without power obviously the water pump won't work, which means no showers, no toilet, but more importantly no toilets, right? So that's the big one. But then I've got one that is running through here, you see through there, up into the house. This is what ends up happening, is that we have this massive power board. So I have one that comes through, so then we've got a power board over here, a cable that runs across to the fire. And so luckily we have the fires. Look, that was our primary heat source in the house for the first couple of years we were here, but now we tend to use it more as a backup or a weekend thing, because it is nice to have the fire going. But we put a split system in, like a split aircon heating unit, in probably about 2 years ago now, which has been great, has saved a lot of power, because the old wood does go through a lot of, well, it goes through a lot of wood, which it can cost a fair bit when you're buying red gum. And then, we've got obviously a mass of power boards over here to make sure that our internet is going. Now you may ask the question, why would I care about having internet when you've lost power? It doesn't seem like a primary concern, and you're probably right. But I also work from home. Today is a work day, so I need to get that internet up and running. I'll also need to get another cable, because what I haven't done before is had to work on multiple screens when power's been out. I'd normally just use a laptop, but today I've got some work I need to do, and a laptop would be really inconvenient, so I'm going to get another cord and run it through into the office, so I can power up everything and keep everything charged. I would normally also run a cable over to the fridge, but I haven't done that today because I do actually want to run that another cable into the bedroom, and I'm hoping that because we only got power out for 6 hours, the fridge should be okay, but I might pick up another cable for that while I'm down at the hardware store. Yeah, but that's the reality. So you end up having cables running everywhere. It does get noisy. You can't really hear the generator inside, but I will in my office, because you'll see it out there running away. That's it. Really glad we've got it, because that has saved us a couple of times now, but definitely on a day like today when I do need to work, that is a godsend. So it means I'll be able to continue working or I need to take that day off, which is good. It also means that we can keep the house warm, and also keep the fridge cold so our food is saved, but more importantly our hygiene is in place so we can still go to the toilet and have showers. So I've just been down to the hardware store and bought a couple of more extension leads. When I originally set up the generator for the house, I was really only concerned about the essentials like getting water for the water pump and the shower, also running a cord over for the heater so we got heat. So essentially, make sure that we're warm and clean and we've got hygiene. But also I had enough power in the generator to run a cable down across to the fridge and keep all our food cold so we didn't lose our food. But as life goes on, and now I'm working from home, I need internet and I need to be able to power my laptop and big screen and stuff like that when I'm working. So I now have other things that I need to do. So I need another cable for internet and another cable to run into the office. So I've just gone down and done that. But then there's choices about what sort of cable to get. So I've just got a general normal weight type extension cord to run to the fridge because it's a fairly nice constant load. And I just got to drive around a tree branch. This is the joy of being self-reliant and being out of town a little bit. Branches come down across the driveway. I have no idea what I was saying. I got a normal weight one for the fridge because it's just a nice constant draw and doesn't use a lot of power throughout the day, to be honest. I've got a heavy duty one for running into the office because I do have a heater in there, although I'm not expecting to run that heater today because that does suck a fair bit of power, and on the generator it's only a 3 kilowatt generator, so I don't think I'll have enough power to run that, especially when the water pump wants to kick in as well, so something will probably stop running there. So look, I'll just chuck on another jacket and get a bit warmer for the day. But look, that's the reality of being more self-reliant. So when power does go out, and it's going to be out for most of the day, so they've already told us, the power company's already sent us messages at some earthly hour of the morning and telling us that power went out and won't be back on until at least midday. And because of the wind and the rain, it may be a little bit dangerous to get their crews in to fix it anyway, so it could be a little bit longer. Generally they're pretty good though, and they get it done before the time that they tell us. But anyway, it's going to be at least another 5 or 6 hours before it comes back on, so we've got to make sure that we can all do the things that we need to do. So there you go, that's the setup. As you saw, I did have to go to the hardware and get a couple more extension leads. Funnily enough, the damage must have been pretty big last week because the power company have now sent us a message saying power's going to be out again tomorrow to do critical work. So I've just been up to the shed, brought the generator down, all the extension cords, so when I wake up in the morning I'm not having to go up, because it does look like it's going to be raining again overnight, so that'll be fun for them. So yeah, I don't have to go up doing the wind and the rain or in the cold in the morning, so it's already set up to go. But look, as it happened, that power didn't come back on at lunchtime. That power didn't come back on until probably about 8 or 9 o'clock that night. So having the generator going was just vital to keeping us comfortable and safe throughout the day. So there you have it. Look, highly recommend if you are out in an area where you can use or need a generator to get one. Look, that thing has saved our bacon so many times since we've had it. We've probably had it now for maybe a year and a half, perhaps maybe 2 now. But look, I've lost count of the number of times that we've had to bring it down to the house and use it so we can just have the bare essentials throughout the day. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it the big thumbs up. Ding the bell if you want to get the notifications when they come in so that you can see the videos when they first get loaded up. And please subscribe if you enjoy it and share it with your friends. Till next time, I'll see you then.